Yes, it's Boom 1039. You never know who's going to stop by that Kicks USA studio. Live hand clap for Royce the 5'9" in the building.
Thank you for having me, brother.
Listen, I thank you for staying true to hip-hop, my brother. I have been following you forever. I was just going back into your discography to let you know what tune I was listening to before we started talking. Okay. It was Heartbeat.
Okay.
Produced by, you know how Kanye's going crazy right now. So I went back and listened to, I'm like, this is why I fell in love with Kanye, but I love what you did over that Heartbeat beat.
Thank you, man.
Why didn't that really come out, though?
Okay, cool story. So, me and Kanye, we met in Miami. He sent me the beat, and this is before, this is not before the internet, but this is before I was even knew how to work a computer.
Okay.
This is like a long time ago. So he sent me the beat. I recorded something to it, and I was signed to Columbia Records. And for whatever reason, I couldn't get more money out of the budget for another beat. I think I either was over budget or it was something going on. I was probably about to either be released from the label or something was going on. Maybe the album had got bootlegged already. I can't really remember what was going on at the time. But for whatever reason, I didn't have an open budget.
Okay.
So the number that me and Ye had agreed on, I was figuring out how to get him the money. You know what I'm saying? So he was working with Jen at the time. Y'all remember the battle rapper?
Yes, Jen from BET.
He was working with Jen at the time. So Jen wanted the beat. Jen was about to pay him for it, and somehow the song leaked out. I don't know how.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I heard like through the grapevine that he was like, yo, Royce leaked the song out. I ain't working with him no more. You know what I mean?
This is Ye or Jen?
This is Ye.
Okay.
Back then.
Back then, yeah, I get you.
He messed up some money for me. He probably don't even remember that. You know what I'm saying? But that's why it never came out as my song.
Okay.
It came out, it leaked out, but I still to this day don't know how.
You don't know how it leaked out?
I mean, people had copies of it, you know. Like
yeah, I got copies. I got it.
Yeah, I was like in a I was in a little situation with this company called Game Records.
Okay.
Real good people. I don't think they would have did it, but I don't know. I didn't know nothing about the internet back then, so I have the slightest idea.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad I got the story on that. What inspired Prime? Was it, did y'all start connecting when you started making the Boom record? We are Boom 1039. Was it Boom? And that was the very first connection to Prime? Like, was that the first, did y'all start talking about that back then when that record was released?
I don't remember talking about doing the full length, nothing full length back then. But I mean, the relationship just became so progressive. It was just like, me and Preem got way cooler than I ever would even. I mean, I still, like, to this day, can't even believe I'm this cool with him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I'll be on the phone with him. Like, I don't even believe I'm on the phone with DJ Premier right now.
Right.
But he worked on pretty much all my projects that I've ever done. Like, if he wasn't giving me a beat, he executive produced one of my albums. So this Prime was just the logical next step.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, the idea came from my man Mike Haran over at Shady. To find a beat maker that's like a master at chopping samples, and then find somebody who creates music where we don't have to use samples, and chop those compositions, those raw compositions. And Adrian Young was the person we had in mind.
Okay.
So it was an idea for Slaughterhouse. So when we brought the idea to the guys, they weren't really into it.
It wasn't
not as into it as I like for them to be when I want something to be special. So I just took the idea to Preem and asked him how he felt about just me and him doing it. And he was like, yeah, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? So we start recording just to see where it would go. And then here we are 2 albums later.
And I like both of them.
Thank you, man.
What's your favorite Prime record right now?
Prime song?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I like Everyday Struggle a lot.
I like that one too.
I like that a lot. I like Preem and Pianos.
Preem
and Pianos. That is a good combination.
I gotta go back and listen to that one.
Yeah, Preem and Pianos, bro. When you get a chance, just listen to that and just think of Preem looping pianos.
That's
you know
crazy.
what I'm saying? Yeah. I like that. I like that feel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
It's a great. I love hip hop. Now, your album is about to drop when? What's the name of it?
It's coming out 5/4.
Okay.
It's called Book of Ryan. You know what I mean? And it's my most complete. Prime is like. Prime shows you one layer of who I am.
Okay.
Prime showcases the MC that the people who've been following me over the years kind of fell in love with.
Heavy.
You know, like if you in love with lyricism, you in love with somebody who's gonna give you those battle raps, somebody who's fearless on the microphone, somebody who you know, is raw.
Raw.
Somebody who's raw and authentic to what they're saying, you like those albums, you know. But this album is like, you don't have to ask questions. Who are you? I feel like I know exactly who you are. You're not just giving me one layer of yourself, because nobody is a raw lyricist all the time.
Right.
You go home to a family. How are you with your daughters? How are you, you know, like what kind of relationship do you have with your father?
Right.
Where did you come from? What happened? What kinds of things happened to you during your childhood to make you this kind of person?
Right.
And that's basically what this album is.
It's crazy. The Dumb record, I'm spinning that heavy.
Thank you, brother.
It's I see you got the new up and coming signee Boogie on there.
Yeah.
And
it's crazy. It's not to cut you off. It's crazy that Boogie, that wasn't even planned like that.
Okay, how'd that come about?
Okay, so I built a studio in Detroit called Heaven Studios, and I got like this TV hanging above my board in my room, and I never had a sound on, and I keep it on BET Jams because it's a station that plays videos all day, nothing else, just videos.
I just turned it off.
Yeah.
I just turned it off.
Okay, so
yeah.
I play it all day, and it's so hilarious. Like every now and then, especially when I've been at the studio for a couple of days and I'm a little delirious, I look up, and it's like some video that I never seen before, and some song I never heard before, and just how hilarious it looked. Because it's like, I wonder what this song sound like. Like the way they dancing or something, it just be like, yo, what
just watching it in mute.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm looking, and I'm looking at this video of this kid who I never seen before, and he rapping with a bullet wound in his shirt, holding a baby.
Right.
So I'm like, what is this? So I turned the sound on because I got it hooked up to the speaker where I just hit a button and the sound.
Come on.
So I'm listening to the song and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And then Mr. Porter came in. He was like, yo, that's that dude I was telling you about.
Right.
So long story short, me and Porter was like a fan of this kid for a minute.
Right.
So maybe 3 weeks later, bro, Porter comes walking in with him. They just came from Marshall's studio, but they need to use my room to listen to some beats because Marshall was using his room at his studio.
Okay.
And he comes in walking with him, and I'm like, that's the kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I shake his hand. I tell him I'm a fan. And that's how we ended up working. I didn't even know he was here. I thought he was here for Denying to play him some beats. That's Porter.
Right.
I thought he was in Detroit for Porter to play him some beats. I didn't know that he had planned on doing business with Shady.
Right.
So, you know, we worked. And then next thing you know, I heard through the grapevine that they were signing him because I didn't know.
No, yeah.
And next time I seen him was at the Cypher where Marshall was dissing Trump. And I was just like, yo, man, welcome. Congratulations.
Hey,
thank you. You know what I mean?
It happened organically. Yeah.
I like when things happen organic because we always hit our target when it's not forced. You know
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. And so do you got on this project? Of course, you work with Preem again.
I didn't work with Preem on this project, and only because I knew Prime was coming really close to the album.
Okay, so you gave him a break.
I wanted to keep it a little bit separate.
So
I do have plans. I do have plans. I haven't worked with Preem without Preem being forced to pull from one source because on Prime 2. The compositions that he's pulling from is Ant-Man Wonder. So first album was Adrian Young, second album is Ant-Man Wonder.
Okay.
Yeah, so those two albums, since we worked on those, I haven't worked with Preem where he can just dig his traditional way.
Right.
So that my next move with DJ Premier will probably be the original. Without him having to be stuck to one person.
One person, yeah. You just go ahead and be yourself.
Just work how we did when we did Boom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a crazy record.
Thank you, man.
I like that one. And the Let Us Grow.
Yeah, that's Dilla. That's Dilla.
That was Dilla.
Yeah.
When the beat switched up at the end, yeah. I was waiting for you to go back in on that.
He did that after. If he had sent me that like that, I would have rapped on that. He did that after. He did that. Dilla's a genius.
Oh, my God.
Genius.
Well, why don't you go back and do it, though? You can still do it.
I could probably do that.
And give it to me.
That's easy work. Yeah, I can do that.
Do that and give it to me, Royce. You see how I'm plugging myself? Royce, let's talk some sports, man.
Okay.
We was talking sports behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. Listen, who's going to win the NBA championship?
That I don't know.
Who do you predict?
I don't have predictions, and I'm going to tell you why. I was telling y'all off camera, I haven't really followed the NBA team-wise since I let go of my basketball dreams.
Now,
I
you
walked
said you
away
wanted
from
to be
basketball bitter.
Why?
Because I didn't make it to the NBA, man. I didn't make it to college.
I'm about to say, did you make it to college, even play D1 or anything?
Nah, I didn't. I couldn't. I didn't do well enough from a
academically.
Academically is the word I was looking for. Thank you. I didn't do well enough academically in high school. My last year, where I really did the best during that year, I ended up being off the team because of grades and then back on the team. So I was like kind of inconsistent because when I got back on the team, it took me a minute to get back into it to start kind of running the scoreboard up again. But I definitely could have played D1 level for sure.
What position you play?
Point guard.
You was running the point.
5'9", baby.
You was running the point. Were you a shoot first point or a pass first point?
I was a shoot first.
You knew that.
Shoot first, ask questions later.
You play D?
Yeah, I play good D. I play good D. I could stick you up. You wasn't ripping me.
Right.
My weaknesses was I couldn't really jump that high.
Okay.
That kind of, but I was strong. I was strong, so I can get to the hole.
Yeah.
I can muscle it in, and I could pass. I could run the team. But if I had to play the two, I could do that too.
You could do that too.
Shoot, set shooter.
Dope.
Shoot off the dribble, 15 feet.
Water though? Water?
Yeah, of course, man. if I could set and shoot from 3-point, it's going in.
It's going in.
No, without
don't leave you
problem.
open.
No, don't leave me open. I ain't missing.
So you don't play ball now for recreation?
I'm missing now, for sure.
For sure. But now you said you're into boxing more. That's how you stay in shape?
Yeah, that's how I stay in shape. I like to box.
So what do you do in the gym?
I go in, I usually hit pads. Do calisthenics. I try to walk out of there. If I'm wearing a sweat bag, I try to walk out of there with a full sweat bag.
Yeah, heavy.
You know what I mean? Like I try to walk out of there feeling like I got to sweat. I'll spar here and there. With somebody that I trust.
Right.
Somebody that I trust. I like fighting. I don't know what's wrong with me. At my age, I like fight. I like hitting people. I like getting hit. I like fighting.
You like fighting?
I like fighting. I don't like beefing. I don't like violence.
Right.
But I like to fight.
But you like to fight.
Philly should understand that because everybody in Philly can fight.
Yeah, we be out here,
Even the people who can't fight in Philly can fight a little bit.
Yeah, just because you got to protect yourself out here.
Nah, man, it's deeper than that, bro. People from Philly could box.
Right.
Everybody from Philly could box.
Yeah.
Everybody.
A lot of gyms, people take it seriously. Now, is Floyd Mayweather the greatest boxer of all time?
I definitely think he's done enough to be in the conversation.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's judged sometimes based off of his out of the ring moves, antics, or whatever you want to call them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like he don't get his just due as that. It's time to start ranking him among the greats of all times and not just this era. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He dominated this era.
Definitely. Easy.
Domination. But then you talking about boxing, so you talking about so many different weight classes and so many great people that did it their way.
Right.
And in so many different ways, it almost comes down to preference. Like, how can you really say Floyd was better than Roy Jones if you're just talking about straight up skill?
Right. And Roy,
Pernell Whitaker, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Monster.
You know what I mean?
Marvin Hagler.
Sugar Ray Robinson, Tommy Hearns, Roberto Duran.
Roberto Panama all day.
Yeah. If we just talking about welterweights, it's like you can just go on forever.
So who's your current boxer? Now that Floyd isn't as active as he used to, who are you checking?
Terrence Crawford. Earl Spence. Gervonta Davis. Lomachenko.
Wow, you know your shit.
Canelo Alvarez.
I like Triple G.
Triple G is overrated.
Triple G's overrated?
Triple G is overrated.
But Triple G's my type of boxer because he's going for the knockout. He don't really want to dance like Floyd.
Okay, cool. That's because he can't dance like Floyd.
No, he can't, but he don't want to dance because he's like you. He don't mind getting hit to knock your behind out.
Don't nobody mind getting hit until they getting crushed.
This is true.
If he block punches with his head in the second Canelo fight, he's going to sleep. If you come in here and you keep punching that window, you just keep punching it over and over again, you be like, man, that window is tough. That window is eventually going to break.
Definitely.
Canelo punches with conviction.
Yeah, he's a monster.
That second fight is not going to go like the first one. Not going to go like the first one. Triple G is a good fighter. I don't think he's great. I think he's just good.
Okay. Cool, man.
That's just my opinion. It's not a popular opinion, but it's just
yours.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you do have a relationship with a Kanye West, and I'm pretty sure you heard about what he's spoken about, the years of slavery. You heard him?
I don't have a relationship with Kanye West. I haven't seen Kanye West since I seen him one time. One time, the day that we shot the Hammer Dance video in Texas, I seen him one time.
Okay.
And I said what up to him. And when I said what up to him, he said what up to me like we were just meeting for the first time. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like it wasn't like I remember meeting Kanye West, but I don't think he remembered meeting me.
No.
It's just I just got the utmost respect for him as an artist.
As an artist.
Yeah.
Right. So do you think all publicity is good publicity?
No.
Not at all.
No. Not in this sense. I think what we're seeing right now is bad.
Definitely.
And being somebody who I'm fighting every day, addiction. I'm fighting addiction every day. And I think I have a pretty good gauge of when I'm looking at somebody that's going through something, and I don't think it's funny. You know what I mean? I don't think it's something that should be joked on. And I think I got a song on my album called Strong Friend.
Okay.
And Kanye West is the strong friend. He's the strong friend who I think his friends need to check up on him.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think that if ever was a time we needed Hove to put the cape on, it's right now.
It's right now.
Please.
And
step in.
Help the
Step
brother.
in and do something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a brother lost right now. He definitely
Something going on.
Yeah, he needs some type of help. Definitely me. Hopefully he gets to hear your album, gets back with you, because I definitely like the Heartbeat track, like I said earlier, and I would love to hear more soulful Kanye beats over your rhymes.
I just want to hear some more soulful Kanye beats.
Yeah.
I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. That's like one of my favorite times in hip hop. Yeah.
Definitely, man. What else you want to tell the people out there, bro?
Well, really, right now, man, Book of Ryan, I really want to get you guys' feedback on this album via Twitter. I mean, the fans know how to throw their opinion out there. I'll see it. I'm reading everything. I want to know how you feel. You know what I mean? So check that out on 5'4". It's going to be available on all platforms, and I'm just excited, man. I'm excited to still be here after all this time, and people still care to hear what I got to say.
Definitely.
I feel blessed that people are still following the movement and that it's growing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm reaching more ears than I ever have in my career. And it's just a blessing, man. I just want to thank everybody. Thank you for supporting. You know what I'm saying? Man. Thank you for the good athletic talk. I always like to do that.
Yes. That's what we do here.
And that's it, man. I love Philly. Shout out to everybody in Philly. Shout out all the artists here. Y'all got a lot of killers here, lyrically.
Yeah, lyrically.
You know what I mean?
So big up to Meek. Meek just got home. So
shout out to Meek. He got to be the happiest brother in the world.
In the world.
Now.
We on fire.
He's a good brother. He makes great music. I'm happy to see him in that space, man. Hopefully he can use what he went through to inspire other people.